Hello everyone, so my name is Ping Cindy Mua, and today we are going to watch a video called Plant Diversity Structure and Adaptation. It is by the Imabai Sister, which is an animated educational video that I explore, and it is about the different types of plants, which is vascular and non-vascular. We will watch, and it will be about how they structure the feature and how they've adapted to survive in the different variety of environments. And it's part of their biology video series, and it is designed to support science education through the visual of storytelling.
It is no secret I love houseplants. I do. Always have. In my younger years, I used to have quite the collection, but I made a terrible mistake starting out. I thought all plants like exactly the same things. Lots of water, lots of light, and me serenading them with my violin music. Besides the violin, which I can't comment on that, I can tell you that treating all the plants with lots of light and lots of water was a mistake. Maybe some of them liked it, but
So if you guys could see here, this is a really cute video, and I love all the animation that they use, and you see how they use these animation to look in a certain way, emotionally, and it is so cute how they draw like teardrops for those the animated that they're sad that some of the plants are dying. So this is something that really caught the attention of all the student that I'm trying to get at, which is elementary.
a lot of them did not. Why? You know how there are many different types of animals. Well, there are many different types of plants as well. They don't all require the exact same amount of light and the exact same amount of water. There is so much diversity in plants. There are over 300,000 estimated species of plants. And there are some fascinating adaptations that have helped them live in a variety of environments. This video is going to briefly touch on types of plants, their structure, and some fascinating adaptations. First, we need to outline two general plant categories, vascular and non-vascular. Recall in the human body, your vascular system includes arteries. Well, plants don't have arteries, or blood for that matter. When we're talking about a vascular system in plants, we're talking about two major types of tubes, or vessels, called the xylem and phloem. The xylem carries water. Xylem is found throughout a vascular plant. Water is absorbed from the roots of a vascular plant and carried upwards. Roots help anchor plants and also absorb the water found in the soil that they are in. The xylem continues up from the roots through the stem to the leaves. Structure-wise, the stem has a function of providing support to the leaves. Now the other vascular tissue, the phloem. So recall that glucose.
So as you guys saw earlier, they were explaining about they did a really good job with the concept without sacrificing scientific accuracy, the term like vascular and cellum. What I'm thinking is that usually this visual is like a metaphor and example that are easy to grasp. They should avoid heavy like jargon and instead focus on visual analogy, like comparing vascular tissue to plumbing system to make it the idea more sticks.
A sugar is typically produced in the leaves during photosynthesis. All the plant cells will need sugar. Sugar is the plant's food source. The phloem carries sugar from the leaves where it's generally made throughout the plant. By the way, the word phloem might start with a P, but it does have the same F sound that food has, so it helps you remember that it carries the plant's food. If a plant is non-vascular, it does not have vessels like the xylem and phloem. However, it still needs water, and it still produces sugar. It just can't carry it upwards in the xylem because it doesn't have one. That means non-vascular plants typically are limited in size. A giant tree needs a xylem for water transport. The water is being carried against gravity. Non-vascular plants instead get their water by osmosis, kind of like soaking up water like a sponge. Non-vascular plants are often informally called bryophytes. I say informally because it's kind of like when you use the informal word protist. The term bryophytes is often a collective, informal term that includes three different phyla. A phylum that contains liverworts, a phylum that contains hornworts, and a phylum that contains mosses. And actually, the phylum that includes mosses is a phylum called Bryophyta. So again, just be aware of the informal use of the word bryophytes. As they're non-vascular, bryophytes are generally small and are more frequently, but not always, found in areas where there's a lot of moisture. They do not have true stems, nor true leaves, nor true roots, although they can have structures that resemble them. Now let's briefly discuss vascular plants. Again, vascular plants have xylem and phloem. These plants have true stems, leaves, and roots. We can arrange vascular plants into 3 general categories. The first category, seedless vascular plants. As their name suggests, they have no seeds. This group includes a phylum that contains lycophytes, like club mosses, which are different than the moss and the bryophytes, and it includes a phylum that contains monilophytes, like ferns. Second category, gymnosperms. These include several phyla, one phylum that has ginkgo, one phylum that has cycads, one phylum that has cnidophytes, and one phylum that has conifers. The word gymnosperm means naked seed, as they don't have their seeds enclosed like the next group we'll get to. Instead, many gymnosperms have cones. Gymnosperms have neither flowers nor fruit. Third category, angiosperms. These are the flowering plants. They have flowers, they have fruit, though not necessarily an edible fruit. This is a huge group. It's estimated around 90% of all plants are angiosperms. Within the angiosperm group, many angiosperms, but not all, can be categorized as a monocot or eudicot. You'll see some of the characteristics we included of these 2 groups in our illustrations here, but just know there are some exceptions. Overall, just trying to really emphasize.
Okay, and then as you see here, this is like a very engagement drawing or picture that they used here, because the video tells like a nice story, and then they're presenting these plant evolution as kind of like a structure to show you how these plants are adapting. For example, the first one, it says I should now give in monologue, and then this one say we march in line. So these are really good example, like using as a cute little picture, but then at the same time sending easier message to younger student, and which helps pull like a view, like a bigger view, and it makes it more like a topic feels like a puzzle that it's worth solving instead of just a plain worksheet.
The angiosperm group is the largest, most diverse group of plants. Even though every plant species is unique, let's talk about general plant structure.
And then that will be all for my video today. It was a great video. I am so happy to be able to look at it, and I hope you all enjoy it with me. Thank you.